We got Noah's Shark and we got literally Noah's Ark right over that mountain line. All right, let's go drive across this border. Let's get into Iraq. You've got literally a tank with like a gunship on top of it pointing at the road. That's where we're at right now. This mountain line here has Mount Cudi, and at the top, at the summit, is where Noah's Ark supposedly landed after the flood, right here. Isn't that crazy? So I would have never made the connection before, but we just passed a store called Nuh Market. Nuh means Noah in Arabic, and Noah's Ark right there. Let's just pull over to appreciate the moment right now. I'm actually gonna turn around. I'm gonna go to Nuh Market and I'm gonna ask them which one of these mountains is the mountain that has Noah's Ark on it, or had Noah's Ark on it. And guys, we're in Noah's Shark. If you didn't know, this car was named Noah's Shark. It was not, had nothing to do with this. I just found out yesterday that the mountain line here right next to the Iraqi border contains the sites where the ship landed. I never knew that. So we named the car Noah's Ark because it's my vessel of transportation, and it's got basically my whole life in it. Yeah, I find it very interesting. So here's Nuh Market. Let's go in, they're open. Let's see what's going on around here. Almost missed the turnaround, but these brand new brakes that we installed before leaving really came in clutch. All right, here we go, Nuh Market. And I'm just gonna take a leak before anybody notices I'm here. Assalamu alaikum. Got Tropicana here now. تحكي عربي English? No.
Kurdish, Turkish.
Kurdish. I'm in Bashi. No. Nuh Jabal Cudi. So where? Here.
Çeviri.
Phone?
Translate.
Yeah. Turkish?
Yeah.
Do you know where the mountain that has Noah's Ark is?
Yeah.
On?
Karşı taraftaki dağ Nuh'un gemisi olduğu yer. Sizin aradığınız şey karşı taraftaki dağda.
Ah, okay. On the
Yeah.
other side? Okay. Hemen?
Bunun için sizin Şırnak'a gitmeniz gerekiyor. Yani ile.
Okay. But are you allowed to go, or is there military that stops you from going up?
Şırnak'a gitmeniz lazım. Orada araştırırsanız sizi yönlendirecekler.
Okay. Yeah. How much? That's it. Shukran. Spas. Cool. So he said basically it's on the other side of this mountain range, and I'd have to go there and basically ask around an area called Surnak, and I'd have to ask the locals around there to see how to get up. But I think it's possible to get somebody to take you up, somebody with like military connections, just because it is a heavily militarized zone and there's probably checkpoints and not anybody could just go up, but there probably is a way, and we're gonna come back because it's only like an hour away to get here from where I'm gonna be staying. But yeah, so we got Noah's Shark and we got literally Noah's Ark right over that mountain line. And that car, it's got Ontario license plates, and we just brought it all the way to Iraq, and we're literally gonna cross the border. I bought this just for the help, and yeah, that's crazy. Look at this, Noah's Shark. And if you don't know why we called it Noah's Shark, well, let me tell you, it's got my entire life in it, and it acts as a vessel, okay? A life-bearing vessel that has brought us from Canada all the way to Iraq, and that's Syria right over there. And this is a shark. I mean, look at the fin right here. Don't tell me that's not a shark. It's colored like a shark, it looks like a shark, it acts like a shark, and it acts like an ark. Noah's Shark. There you go, baby. All right, let's go drive across this border. Let's get into Iraq before the 50-degree weather creeps up on us. And let's just make it out of that border in one piece, you know? Oh man, I'm not looking forward to this, but you know what? Let's just say it's gonna go well. It's gonna go well. It's gonna be easy peasy, and we're just stressing for no reason. To drive around these mountains and get to where he's talking about, I had already looked up yesterday, and it's more than an hour. It's actually an hour to get there, an hour to get back. So it might look close, but to get to a road that takes you there, not so close. And it's a big detour, and we don't want that right now. So we'll be coming back for that. But on the bright side, when we get into Iraq, we'll be in Zakho, also an ancient city. It's got something to see, so let's check it out. Let's hope that we can find a SIM card at the border. I think this is gonna be the easiest and cheapest place to find a SIM card. Yeah, I hope I'm not wrong on that one. So that was just a friendly worker at that store, but I would bet you the owner, the guy who named the store Nuh Market, has a good understanding of the history of this area, of the festivities that used to go on that mountain before the war escalated and prevented people from going up there, because once the war escalated, it became a military area, which you were no longer able to visit, and eventually it got hit by missiles and rocket fire, and unfortunately a lot of the monasteries, pilgrimage sites were destroyed, and now it's just rubble. And it stated at one point remains of the ship were present, you know, and not the anchors, but basically the foundation that kept it in place after it was parked there. So there's history on that present, and there is some debate on the site. Different religious groups from the three monotheistic religions will debate. I mean, Eastern Christians believe it was here. Western Christians, a lot of them believe it was either in the Zagros or actually in the Ararat mountain. So there's three different locations where different ethnic or religious groups believe it landed. And it just happens that Muslims and Eastern Christians believe it was here. That's like the backstory behind it. Yeah, so there used to be festivities, markets, and my point now, coming back to that, is the owner of that store probably went to these festivities, probably knew about that, because why would you name your grocery store Nuh Market right in front of the mountain line that's literally just standing right next to the mountain that had that ark parked on it? Why would you name your supermarket that if you didn't know anything about it? So I would bet you the owner of that store knows a thing or two, probably been to the old festivities that used to happen before the wars, and probably knows how to get up there, you know? And I'm sure the more you go into that area, you'll find people who can help out with that. So that's why I want to come back. There's more military checkpoints. You've got literally a tank with like a gunship on top of it, or whatever it's called, behind a bunch of sandbags pointing at the road. That's where we're at right now. That's the reality that surrounds us, and we're just casually driving in this BMW from Canada. I'm never gonna let go at that point. Okay, look at this truck. It's like leaning. The whole frame is bent. It's not looking pretty out here, but the road sure is pretty. Look how nice this road is. They really took care of this. I remember this being rough. I'm pretty sure this was really rough. So at least they paved this one. Getting here in pitch dark was not so nice, but it wasn't the worst. I've been on much worse. And yeah, so far, Turkey has not had any roads as bad as the ones I've seen in Canada. That's sad. And I should probably mention, we've driven all the way from the west to the east of Turkey. We've driven the entire country, and we're at the farthest east point, literally next to two very brutal countries when it comes to road conditions, Syria and Iraq, and the roads seem just fine right now. I got some morning fog. Not how either of us pictured it, right? It looks a lot better than in past times. They've really improved this area. All right, so this is the point that the GPS would take me to. From here, we have no navigation. Can't imagine it being that hard to figure out where the border is. All right, here we go. Here's the signs. Zakho, that's where we want to go. Zakho is a city in Iraq, in Kurdistan. the map doesn't really know where we are right now. And I guess that's why it didn't. Yeah, this guy's trying to stop me. Yeah, no chance, buddy. I'm not stopping for nobody out here. And yeah, so that's probably why it didn't know how to take us, or why it wouldn't give directions. Oh shit. Did I go the wrong way? Yeah, I did. Oh fuck, yeah, it says to stay to the left. Okay. So we'll go here. Dude, there's a strong chance of getting searched. I'm not in the mood to empty out the car right now. Habur Gumruk Kapisi. So we're leaving Turkey right now, going for the Turkish exit. Here it is. Alright, now where do we go? What's everybody looking at? Look at this. Staring. Absolutely staring. So that's gonna be the new thing. That's gonna be the thing moving forward. We're gonna get all sorts of looks. We've made it to like the other part of the world, you know, like where this car is absolutely just like surprising. Man, everybody's staring. It's crazy. There we go. We got the floaters here. Assalamu alaikum.